Let's find out who's the T102sportsnow.com Fanelli, Evans, and Patel Athlete of the Week. This student-athlete showed their mettle in competition and put up incredible numbers, just like Fanelli, Evans, and Patel. With over 100 years of combined experience, the attorneys at Fanelli, Evans, and Patel provide results you can count on.
Back with another Fanelli, Evans, and Patel, T102sportsnow.com Athlete of the Week. This week's honor going to Minersville senior quarterback Dante Carr. Dante, thanks for being here with us today.
Thanks for having me.
So a 35-27 win in the first round of the playoffs over Pen Argyl. Your accomplishments in that one get you Athlete of the Week. 21 carries, 300 yards, 4 touchdowns. You break the Minersville school record for career rushing touchdowns with 56. And anyone who was there or was listening on the radio or caught up with the video afterwards know that you made the play of the year. At least what I would think is the play of the year in the Schuylkill League with a leaping 34-yard touchdown. Had you ever hurdled anybody in a game before that? And kind of like what was that like to stick the landing there?
Yeah, week 1 this year I actually did out in Halifax. I hurdled someone. But, yeah, like you said, stick and landing. My foot kind of slid and it got stuck in the ground there, Minersville grass. So stuck it in the ground and ended up scoring. I mean, it was an awesome play.
Yeah, I give you a 10 out of 10 for the landing, especially because you're landing in bounds right along the sideline there, having to be aware of, like, I gotta finish this runoff and keep running. What has the reaction been around school? Whether it be some of the connections that you've made at UCF, what has the reaction to Robbie McGrath's video been so far?
Yeah, I mean, it's all praise from everyone. Some of my teammates, they tell me that wasn't that good, just messing around with me and stuff. But no, everyone, they said they're super proud of me. Said, it's one of the best plays they ever saw. My UCF coaches, they were texting me about it all Saturday. So, I mean, it was something just really cool that, I'm very blessed got to do.
Kind of getting into the game now, you guys obviously ran the ball a ton. A good amount of those were actually designed passes that turned into a little bit of Carr magic. But Derek Dorenzo also goes over 100 on the ground. As that game went on and you guys kind of realized, hey, they don't really have an answer for the run game or they can't really stop these scrambles, how did that change your approach offensively?
Yeah, we kind of knew going into the game, just watching film. Coach Franz had a great game plan. We knew they were going to want to stop, Peyton, Ty, Matthew, our pass game. So we were kind of expecting the defense they gave us. So really all week, we were preaching got to win the battle up front, which our line did a phenomenal job. And like you said, Derek went over 130. He did a great job. And then just him, Coach Franz telling us, once a play breaks down, just go play backyard football, go have fun. So, I mean, just stuff like that, it was a huge key to our win on Saturday.
Yeah, and obviously the offense made a ton of plays, a very entertaining shootout type of game Saturday night. But I want to talk about the defense for a second. 4 takeaways, and really all in key moments. Pen Argyl was moving the ball. They're trying to tie the game there in the 4th, and I believe it was Gavin Allen forces a fumble, and then TJ Bowers recovers it. You guys get the ball back with just about 6 minutes to go, and you ice it away. How important were those takeaways to you guys moving on in the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, that's huge. Our DC, Coach Markwood, he put so much time into it, and, it shows up on the field. Obviously, we had 4 takeaways, but, on 3 of them, we couldn't offense couldn't take advantage of them. But, our defense, they really started to show, what they can be throughout the whole season. Early on, people had doubts about them, but I think as the season went on, they really proved themselves.
Yeah, and can't forget about Peyton LaPointe's interception early on. That kind of got the takeaway party started, but then he goes down with an injury and doesn't return. Take me kind of through the mentality of the team after having to watch one of your leaders go down. It's a tight ball game. Everybody knows it's win or go home. Very tense. You see Peyton go down. You have to experience kind of that emotion, but then you have to react and respond. How do you guys kind of get through that moment?
Yeah, it's definitely hard, especially someone like Peyton going down, 4-year player for us. But at halftime we went in tied. They scored, I think, with a minute, drove right down the field. But we all said we knew what Peyton would be doing right now. He'd be yelling, telling us to get excited. We were down, And that was kind of our mentality. We're going to go win this for him. I definitely didn't want that to be Peyton's last football memory, as well as all the other seniors. So that was really our mentality going in the game. We wanted to give him one more week to play, which we're uncertain right now. He's in good spirits and all, but we have to take it day by day.
Yeah, so we cover a little bit of that Pen Argyl game. Certainly hoping LaPointe will be all right. So now, kind of into the future, the task at hand: District 11 semifinals Saturday night at Williams Valley. A real thriller. Last time you guys saw them back in Week 4, you guys had the ball late there with a chance to win after that onside kick, but on that drive, really nothing went your way. I think there was a holding call, and you lose your helmet. How have you guys improved since then? And are you more confident now that you could score in that type of situation to win the game?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, kind of shows last week, when we needed that fourth down to get the first down, nice the game. I think we came a long way with that, and defensively, I think we came a long way. We didn't get one stop that game. It was an offensive shootout. So, I go in every game very confident. I never want to go into a game, even having a little thought that we can't stop something or we can't go beat a team. But it's something I'm super excited for. It's a great competition, and I can't wait for it.
When you guys look at Williams Valley on film this week and what you've been able to see of them so far, have they developed? How have they changed things a little bit since Week 4? Obviously, they had the coaching change in there. Does that feel like a team to you that has a new identity, or is it similar things that they're running to what you think they ran in Week 4 with a lot of run game?
Yeah, I think the run game's their bread and butter. I mean, they have a great running back, great fullback, and a great quarterback. That really leads it. Then up front, they have a phenomenal five. But then, the receivers, you watch film from last week, they go up and make plays. They run great routes. Their defense is really good. So, it's gonna be a good game. You got two good offenses, two good defenses going on. It's just gonna be, who makes less mistakes.
That'll be Saturday night, the District 11 semifinals on T-102, Minersville and Williams Valley, playing for a chance to go to the district championship. Kind of shifting gears now. We've obviously covered your commitment to UCF, where you'll be heading in January to go play football in the Big 12. I know you took a visit earlier, I think last month, to the Bounce House. How was that? And are you pumped at this point that you get to avoid the winter that we're about to have here in PA?
Yeah, I mean, my experience down there on that game, it was nuts. It was versus North Carolina, so Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
Stadium was packed. It was a blackout. It was something. It made me really excited. Getting knowing I get to go play there for next 4 years. But yeah, I mean, no winter. It's nice and warm there in the winter time. So yeah, but I'm super excited, super pumped for it.
It was a special moment that I kind of observed as we were leaving the radio booth on Saturday, where you guys had kind of lined up across the field, and the senior class kind of took a walk from end zone to end zone there. What was that all about, and how was it to kind of know that, like, hey, we're not going to be playing games at Minersville anymore, so this kind of was our senior night in a way?
Yeah, I mean, we've been together since sixth grade or seventh grade, and some even before that. So I mean, it's crazy how fast time goes. It feels like just last year I was suiting up for my first varsity game my freshman year, and to know that was my last game at Minersville. We were pumped we got the win, but obviously a little emotional. Knowing that was our last time playing at Minersville, and then our some of the team moms wanted us to walk across the fields one last time. So I mean, it was something super special. But like you said before, our only goal is a district championship. It's been that. We don't care about records. We don't care about what our record was in the beginning. It's a whole new season, and our only goal is, get better each and every day, and just go out and play our game.
Absolutely. All right, we'll have a little bit of fun before we get out of here. I got to hit you with the skook, this or that. By the way, if this interview didn't top the Minersville press conference that Eli ran last year for your athlete of the week, I'm sorry. That was one of the best pieces of content we ever put out. I can't top that, but I will try here at the end. Have a little bit of fun. I asked the same questions to Peyton earlier in the year and Jordan. So we're going to go scoop this or that. First question, trucks or Jeeps?
We go trucks.
Okay. All right. Bonfires or block parties?
Definitely bonfires.
Hunting or fishing?
Hunting.
Okay, we'll see if we can go 3 for 3 here for the last one. Palermo's or Roma?
Gotta go hometown Palermo's.
Yeah, all three Minersville Battling Miners said Palermo's, and for good reason. That is Dante Carr, our Fanelli, Evans, and Patel Athlete of the Week. Dante will be in action, as we said, Saturday night between the Pines and Williamstown. T-102 has that game, 6 o'clock kickoff. Dante, it's been a pleasure, man, covering your career. And if this is the last time I get to catch up with you in your Minersville career, it's been a pleasure. And hopefully get to cover you down the road as you become a Golden Knight and continue your career down there in Orlando.
Definitely. I appreciate everything.
Check us out next Wednesday for another T102sportsnow.com Fanelli, Evans, and Patel Athlete of the Week. At Fanelli, Evans, and Patel, get the best when faced with the worst.